All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again. Even more updates on Fani Willis on will she be removed or not. Now, I got this video from Megyn Kelly. She said that Judge McAfee went on the radio show and was just talking about how, you know what I'm saying, like how he's gonna do the case. He ain't gonna let politics get in the way. He gonna try to make the best ruling he can. I don't know if a lot of us agree with that because we still going by the fact that he donated to this woman and stuff like that. So we don't know if he's, scared of Fani Willis, because I seen this article that I want to show y'all that shows that he has been getting threats, on if he removed Fani Willis. So like I said, we definitely finna dive straight into it. Like I said, this video gonna be coming from Megyn Kelly. So make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. Also want to thank everybody who clicked on the video for the very first time. I appreciate all of you. Now, just before we get into this video, I want y'all to see this article right here that I'm gonna show y'all. I will pop it up on screen. And right here it say that McAfee's ruling is likely to be a career-defining moment for the 34-year-old rookie judge. His decision, whatever it is, will almost certainly be questioned by pundits and legal analysts because of its implications for Trump's 2024 bid for the White House, and it is sure to draw political attacks and probably harassment and threats in an already contentious election year in which he, Willis, and Trump will each be on the ballot. Wow. Then it go on to say that McAfee has already faced threats, including a swatting incident at his Atlanta area home in January, just days after the initial motion to remove Willis was filed. So it's kind of seeming like like I said before, that he's getting these threats. As soon as he got up in this case, all of a sudden now you receiving threats. Like, you better not remove Fani Willis or else. So we don't know if this judge is spooked by that. Is he going to let that right there persuade him to keep her on the case? I mean, it's just too much evidence out here that shows you that Fani Willis needs to be disqualified. I mean, Terrence Bradley lied under oath. Nathan Wade lied, and Fani Willis lied. They all lied. Cell phone records. I mean, just everything that came out. And then they go on to say that a spokesperson for the responding local police department said the investigation has been turned over to the FBI. A spokeswoman for the FBI office in Atlanta, which has also investigated threats against Willis and other Fulton County officials related to the election case, confirmed the investigation but declined to comment. Disqualifying Willis and her team of prosecutors will almost certainly delay, if not outright end, the criminal case against Donald Trump. One of the four faces allowing Willis to stay on the case is sure to spark defense requests for appeal, which McAfee will have to approve. An angry Trump supporter, prosecutors have argued mere appearance should not be standard for Willis removal, while defense attorneys have argued that's more than enough, which it is. Like I said, it's too much evidence out here that goes to show you that this woman needs to go. I mean, like I said, just look at all the line. Even her one of her best friends, her used to be best friend, you know what I'm saying, said that the relationship started way before then. So we've been seeing it since this case been going on, how Fani Willis, her lawyer, was shaking up. He was nervous, just tripping all over the place, kept objecting because Terrence Bradley was just up there lying. But like I said, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. When Megyn Kelly was talking about Judge McAfee went on the radio show. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight to it.
Judge McAfee gave an interview to a radio station. It's so fascinating when judges do this. Like last week, a couple days ago. And he was talking about, thanks, babe. Duggar's bringing me a glass of water. So he was talking about this case and whether he's going to possibly change his decision now that he has a primary challenger. This is a heavily Democratic district, won 73% for Joe Biden. Fani Willis was elected as DA in the same place where he's now going to have to run for re-election because he looked like he was unopposed, but now he is opposed. And so he sat down and gave an interview. And I'm trying to get the name of the radio host that he gave it to. I'll play it in a second. But take a listen to him. Oh, Shelley Winter, saying do not fear. He will not be changing his opinion based on the new challenger. Watch.
Oh, no.
I had a rough draft and an outline before I ever heard a rumor that someone wanted to run for this position. So the result is not going to change because of politics. I am calling it as best I can in the law as I understand it.
Wow. I don't know.
Ooh. So that's interesting, Mike, that he had a rough draft already, and he's reassuring everybody that the new challenger, who's considerably to the left, and he's more on the right, is not going to make him change anything. Do you believe it?
No, I don't. I'm very concerned about the politics here. I think that this is a young Kemp judge. He is in a very Democrat area in Fulton County. And the fact that he said he was going to wait 2 weeks to make his decision, though, during that 2 weeks was the filing deadline to figure out whether he was going to get a challenger. And sure as hell, he got a Democrat challenger. So I do think the politics are at play here. Mm-hmm. And Exhibit A of the politics being at play is he's on a radio show announcing that what his decision is going to be and how it's not going to change.
What can we glean? This is from an article in the New York Times, Dave, reporting on this interview he gave, but we pulled the clips. What can we glean from the following answer where he's talking about his children? As Mike points out, he's only 34. Young man. He's younger than all of us. I mean, he's a babe, but he's doing a good job. So listen to what he says about his children.
I've got 2 kids, 5 and 3. They're too young to have any idea of what's going on or what I do. But what I'm looking forward to one day is maybe they will grow up a little bit and they ask me about it. And I'm looking forward to looking them in the eye and telling them I played it straight and I did the best I could.
I like that. What do you take away from that?
I don't know, man. Like he's saying that, like I said, it sounds good. It sounds good what he's saying. He's saying I'm going to play it straight. I ain't going to let the politics get into it. But a lot of people were saying that he was waiting 2 weeks to see what somebody was going to run against him. So now, since somebody is running against him, now he's saying it don't matter if somebody running against me. I'm still going to play it straight. Should we believe that? I'm just asking y'all in the audience, in the comment section, let me know, should we believe Judge McAfee when he said he's still going to play it straight? Because when he said we're going to wait 2 weeks, because think about it, wasn't nobody going to run, then it didn't really matter what decision he make. He still was going to be there. But now, since it's a Democrat judge that's going to be running, you think this is Fani Willis' way of trying to persuade him to not kick her off the case because he got somebody running against him? All this could be a play. We don't know. But there's no way, I've said this numerous of times, there's no way that Fani Willis should walk away from this scot-free, stealing taxpayer dollars, going on these trips, lying under oath, had a bad attitude in the courtroom. And a lot of people was calling out Judge McAfee for letting Fani Willis get a bad attitude like that. Because normally some judges would have put her in jail for a couple of days or something. But he let her do it because they were saying that Fani Willis used to be his boss. So it's so much stuff that's running through this that we don't know, like they're receiving the threats if he kick her off. And now they got a Democrat judge running against them. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's their way to try to persuade him not to kick her off, not to remove her. But it's a lot going on. So y'all let me know, what do y'all think, man? But like I said, there's no way Fani Willis should walk away from this scot-free. There's just no way. I mean, imagine how much stuff like this would be going on if this judge let Fani Willis walk away with all this crap she done did, her and Nathan Wade. But let's go back to it.
Those 2 sound bites.
I like it too, Megan. I read the article, saw the interview, and look, I take him at his word. And it is funny that I'm the one defending the Federalist Society judge, whereas Mike doesn't have much faith in him. I think he's
true.
I like what he's done. And people on my side of the aisle have been critical of him, saying he's allowed this to become a circus, but I don't blame him for that. Remember, it was Nathan Wade who submitted the sworn affidavit saying that the relationship didn't begin until afterwards, and I got repaid half. And because they did that, that made the issue of lying important. And that's why he had to do all these interviews and hearings. And so I think he has done well. He's got a lot of gravitas, even though he's only 34 years old, too young to be president himself, mind you. But that's the one benefit of a receding hairline. He just looks a lot more serious.
It's true. It does show his lack of vanity because you don't really have to have a receding hairline like that at age 34 in modern day America. 34 years old, went to Emory, led the college Republicans, an accomplished cellist, went to University of Georgia Law School, was in the Federalist Society, clerked or interned for 2 conservative judges on the Georgia Supreme Court, but also there's this line item, he gave $150 to Fani. We talked about that. So did Dave. It wasn't that big a deal, but he worked for Fani Willis, Mike. He worked for her because he eventually spent some time in the DA's office, and Fani was above him on the totem pole, not in her current stint as the DA, but when she was, more senior to him as an up and coming DA. So it's interesting. When she was on the stand, she said something like, and he worked with Abadi, the terrible lawyer, sorry, Abadi, who did that hearing the other day. And she said something like, when you two work for me, Abadi, and you, Judge McAfee, in the DA's office. And I don't know how that power structure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, Fani Willis was throwing out a lot of crazy stuff, but it was just funny that judge didn't really, get on to Fani Willis like he should have. It's like he was just letting her, do a little bit too much. So that's why a lot of people start calling it out like, man, I don't know if we can trust this judge. Is he crooked? Is he scared due to the threats if he was to remove her? So it's like it's a lot going on. But, to be going to the radio station saying that you ain't going to let politics get in the way of it. And, of course, he ain't going to say the reason he gave 2 weeks because he was trying to see what somebody running against him. I believe that's what he was doing. I believe he wanted 2 weeks to see what somebody going to run against him. But now since we find out that it's a Democrat judge, so they say, is running against him, is that going to try to persuade him so he can keep being the judge? Is he going to let Fani Willis stay on? So it's like, come on, man. We are sitting here waiting. We need to hear something at least by Friday. Monday at the most. So, man, it's just getting crazier and crazier every single day.
May or may not play in his deference toward her, his, coming up under her.
Yeah, he couldn't even look at her when he was trying to tell her to cool her jets and.
I was gonna say that he wouldn't even look at her. He would just have a hand on just like that. He wouldn't even look at her. That's facts. I remember that.
Be an adult and be a lawyer and respect the court and respect the process. Also, this judge was an appointee under Governor Kemp. He was the Georgia Inspector General for a couple of years before Governor Kemp appointed him as a judge. And as everyone knows, Kemp and his people are not exactly fans of President Trump.
No, they're Republicans, but they are not MAGA Republicans. And, Trump's gone after Kemp pretty hard over these past few years. Financial.
All right. There we go, right there. That was Megyn Kelly, giving her 2 cents on what she think about the situation. But I had no idea that he went to a radio station and was just basically saying, "Hey, I'm gonna call it like it's supposed to be." So, but we don't know, man, what this judge is thinking. I'm pretty sure by now he knows exactly what he wants to do. I'm pretty sure he knows. But, he talking about, I hope one day I better tell my kids this, that, my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old, that I had to make a tough decision, but I want them to know that I did do the right thing, that I feel was right. So it's just a lot of this coming up. It's like, what way is he really leaning? Is he leaning towards Fani Willis? Because do he figure if he let Fani Willis stay on, will that help him get reelected? So then now you got somebody that's challenging Fani Willis as well and want her spot. So both of their spots are up for grabs right now. But I really think that the judge was waiting them 2 weeks to see what somebody going to run against them. So, it's just so much going on. It's like right now we just stuck in like, what is he going to do? Which we all hope he do the right thing and remove and disqualify Fani Willis for lying on the oath, using taxpayer dollars to fund these trips, Terrence Bradley lied. I mean, how can you send Ashley Merchant all them text messages and still lie about it? So that right there was a red flag. All of Trump lawyers gave this judge every reason why they should be removed. But we shall see. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.